Well, hello everybody. It's your favorite Hoover bot Hoover, and I am here. It's my first time hosting this. Welcome to the Boys in the Pod. That's the name of this podcast. Welcome. Today I'm joined with the the channel owner, the guy who owns the channel, Cyber Prime.
Oh, thank
That's
God!
his name.
I thought you were
I
gonna
can
pull
remember.
another. I thought you were
I
gonna
can
pull a joke.
remember stuff. And then there's the other guy that's in the shell, Turtle Guy. I'm joined by these
Oh,
two lovely people
Hello
today.
there.
And
Hoover,
this
I'm
is
so
the Boys in
proud
the
of you.
Pod. I'm the
Apologies if you
host.
can hear
That whole
dogs.
intro,
That could have gone so wrong.
I had a big grin on my face. I was so proud of you.
Yeah, you're
That's a
you
perfect
grow up so
intro.
fast. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did very
Compared to
well.
when
I'm
I do
actually
the
12.
intro.
No.
Oh,
So,
So, how's everyone doing? Oh,
Turtle
feeling
I'm
Guy,
pretty
it's
good.
not your
Not
challenge.
appreciating that like host takeover. No takeovers, Turtle
I
Guy.
complimented you, and then I swooped in.
Yeah,
Uh,
that you were trying to steal. Whoa.
Yeah, that
Back
was
off, Turtle Guy. Back off,
that
Turtle Guy.
was
So
vicious.
so because of that, Cyber, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm the next
Nothing
one.
super interesting and/or exciting happened. Except okay, this wasn't technically recent, but I don't really know when else I would talk about this story, so I'm just going to talk about it now.
Oh God.
There was one day recently where I just had like a weirdly bad day. Like
Oh
things
God.
just kind of dominoed into effect of like going shit and from shit to shitter. And that day included oh, something
Well,
did happen
talking
today.
about shit.
Oh,
No,
Wait,
I'm joking.
oh no, not
I'm joking.
again. No. No.
so my bowels just opened.
No, but
This is the poop podcast. No,
no, the boys and the
The
poop.
boys in the poop.
No, but
literally
okay.
2 minutes we were just saying how we shouldn't bring this to poop.
Nope, that was no, I refuse. But
Cyber, please continue. Cyber's just pouring his heart out, and we're like, poop, poop, poop.
oh, it's just like every day. But anyway, there was a burger being cooked in this building, and it actually set fire, kind of, and caused a fire alarm while I was recording. So that was the thing that happened today. But another thing that happened a while ago was that I had a shower in this room that I never really had a shower in before. It was a bathroom, but I never used the shower because the shower was renovated essentially. So I never kind of had it before.
I
And
know this
then
story.
after
So
I
you know
had
this
I
story?
had a shower and it was going well. And then I looked down halfway through and I was like, the water's kind of up to my ankles. I feel like that shouldn't be the case, but it's fine. I'm sure it's okay. And then I kept washing myself, and then I kind of noticed out of the corner of my eye the ground outside. It's tiles, but it was a bit more glossy than usual. And then I kind of got like that moment of extreme existential dread. When I looked out the window and kind of my soul left my body when I realized that wasn't actually the tiles glistening. That was actually an entire layer of water that had somehow leaked out of the
Mm, mm,
shower all over the bathroom floor, literally everything. No idea actually where
just
it came from because it
everywhere.
didn't come from under the door or
I
anything. It
wonder
came from
where the
over the
water
door.
came from when I was
Where
taking a
did the water
shower.
come
So
from?
Okay,
Where did the
okay,
water
okay.
where did the
go?
Sarcasm
water
doesn't
come
help. But if it
from?
came from over
Where
the
did
door, I'd be
it
dead.
come from, Water Eye Joe?
But
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I told you this bit
Just
before.
cut to Cyber. He's in the shower, but the shower head is like pointing upwards.
He's
No, I was
like
actually
watering the floor,
standing
and it's
under a
like, why is
waterfall.
it getting wet?
No, I was actually living in my cave house under a waterfall. That's kind of what
Why
happened.
am I so
But
dry?
my
Cave house.
first instinct, and I don't think I mentioned this the last time that I actually
Oh,
said this,
no.
is that I opened the door. I was like, oh fuck, there's water everywhere. So I got the shower floor mat that you stand on afterwards, and I just dropped it in front of the flower and just went. And I don't know what I was expecting to happen because I kind of just stood there and looked at it for a
It's not
couple
a sponge,
seconds.
isn't it? Did you?
Speaking
I know
of
you've never
sponge.
seen it, but it's like that episode of The Simpsons where I think Marge soaks up an entire lake with just a couple of paper towels.
I mean,
Well,
I don't watch The
well,
Simpsons, but
speaking of
of sponge.
water getting up to your ankles, Turtle Guy,
Hoover
how's your day
Drum.
What?
doing?
I didn't finish my story at
Oh,
all. I wasn't even a quarter of the way through.
Sorry.
I
Finish your
wasn't.
story.
I had more. My story wasn't just going to be I flooded the shower, mama. But I'm going to tell
No,
you how
leave
I
it on a cliffhanger.
systematically.
Leave it on a cliffhanger.
No. I'm going to tell you how I systematically took this down. I kind of went into the first kind of mode of battle stations in my mind that I ever went into. I
Battle
actually broke
stations
down
for
every
drying up
single
water.
thing in the
broke
room
down.
and like step by step how I was going to manage this crisis that has happened before me. So I ran to another part of the house. I got a load of toilet paper and I started mopping it up. Did nothing. It basically
paper?
dissolved in my
Toilet
hand before it
paper?
even touched the water.
No,
So
Why
then I
would you
put
not
that in
just
the
use
bin.
towels?
Okay, listen, bear with me. Then I had the towels that I dried myself with, and I slapped them bad boys down, and they did basically nothing either. So then
There's
I got to
another
the next
option.
logical step. I ran up, I got a plastic bag that contained, I think it was labeled the big sponge, and I ripped that boy out of the bag, and I
The water's
slammed him down on the
chilling
water.
now.
And it didn't really do anything. So it took like a solid 20 minutes of absorbing water, squishing it into the toilet, absorbing water, squishing it into the toilet, and just over and over and over again. It took about an hour for it to fully dry, and even then you could kind of tell what happened. So that was
Would you
the
not have
thing.
just used a towel at that stage?
No, but that's what I was doing. I was doing kind of like everything
No.
simultaneously. I was just using one hand for the sponge, another hand for the
You're
towel.
there like Spider-Man on the floor, using all like
Yeah, all
four
limbs,
of your
every
limbs
single
trying
thing,
to.
just like all doing circular
What
motions.
was it?
And then as soon as that happened, afterwards, I walked up to my kitchen. I was putting something in the microwave to eat dinner, kind of like as a break, and then I ended up sliding out the glass rotating thing, and it completely smashed, broke pieces all over the floor. The kitchen became a minefield. I was like a trap out of zombies. You could not touch anything, and I spent another half an hour trying to pick up all those pieces, and then I resorted to hoovering it all. And then I noticed when I was done hoovering, oh shit, there's one tiny piece underneath the table. So I went down, bent over, got the piece, and then I stood up, forgetting there was a fucking table above me, and I slammed my head into that thing at a very high velocity, and then I just sat on the floor questioning all my life choices for like a solid 5 minutes. And that all happened within the space of like 3 hours, 4 hours. So
I forgot the shower story segued into you breaking the plate.
Yeah, no,
I was
I
like, oh,
totally
still
yeah.
broken to
forgot
this
about
day.
It's still broken.
Yeah, I had to replace
How
it
do
with
you
like
use
another
your
plate.
microwave?
I got like another plate that you can put in, but it's not actually specified for it, so sometimes it goes like
Well,
as it's turning, but
actually,
it's fine.
I'm gonna
Sometimes
help
it
out
makes
you
weird
and our
noises that it
listeners.
shouldn't make.
Yeah, sometimes the game's sentience, but it's fine.
Well, if you ever flood your room or shower or what have you, here's a piece of advice I learned from my work.
Oh,
You flooded a place. What do?
flood it more.
Oh, you get a Hoover and suck it up.
Oh no,
Now, in
no.
work, we actually have a device that is used for sucking up water.
That's
However, for some reason, someone decided, nah, let's use the actual Hoover. That's used for, sucking up like,
That's-
dirt and stuff.
that's not good. That's
Now,
very
That's
the
not good.
Hoover
not
to
a
this
smart
day
idea.
is still alive. But
It's still kicking.
yeah, ever since that day, the Hoover is, number one, it's hidden, and number two, it has a big note on it. Do not use this for sucking up water.
Oh man,
Cleaner.
well that
Why is it
story
hidden?
sucks.
Was it hidden for the Hoover's sake or for
It was hidden
people's
so
sake?
It was
no
put in the
idiot
witness
would be
protection
like,
program.
put in witness protection, and just because it was actually one of those Henry Hoovers, so it has a face and eyes.
Oh,
Oh my
It
god,
just
God.
has
no.
like a mustache.
It
It's
was
got like a
waterboarded.
beard.
Its face
It's
is
like-
like,
It's
no water,
super Hoover
please.
now.
It has a trauma. of
What are you
water.
doing with the water?
Yeah.
No, Cyber. No.
okay,
Anyway,
Also have
sorry.
some
Anyway,
small talk. Or
Turtle Guy, how's your day doing?
Well, so I was teasing that I have some good small talk for the pod, and I do. I've entitled it.
Oh, we're doing
Death?
titles now.
Oop, no.
God damn it. Oh yeah, fire, death, and ice cream.
Fire, death, and ice cream. Now,
Okay.
last I
It's
checked,
literally
fire
just
and
all-
ice cream doesn't mix together.
No,
I
no,
can't
no, this
speak.
was
Why?
all-
Neither can
Wow.
I. I'm losing my
Cyber,
speech
This
as
was
well.
this all occurred in the one day.
Oh.
So
Like Cyber
I woke
Story.
up.
I'm noticing a
And
running theme.
I felt a little hard breathing. I got asthma. I'll admit that. I was like, this is no good. So it was like I rang up the pharmacy and they're like, hey, can I have a? I genuinely thought there'd be like some back and forth, like they'd be like, oh, you're gonna need to come in or something. I ring them up. They answer way faster than usual, which is very. But I'm like, hey, could I have a prescription for an inhaler? Yep.
Oh.
Which is like, it is not what I expect. They're just like, yep.
They didn't ask you any questions like why you need it or
No
anything.
questions.
They're just very
They didn't
eager to
even
give it to
ask
you.
for like, oh, do I have to pay for your right now? They're like, yeah. Where do we send it? My local pharmacy, please. We go in to check and it's not ready. So I decide, okay, you know what? Fine, I'll power through. I've done it before. I'll power through and I'll go to work. The minute I step onto the premises of work, my body is just like, I am unable to well, not unable to breathe, but I look like shit. Even like two of my coworkers are like, you do not look good. You should probably go home. And I'm like, I'll be fine.
I can do this all
I can do this all day.
Hey.
I'll be fine. I'm okay. And they're like, yeah, you should probably go home. And then basically another coworker is like, yeah, I think, listen, I can drop you home, or we can run up and we can go to the pharmacy and see if they have the inhaler. And I'm like, I didn't have it earlier. And they're like, yes, but that was earlier. So I basically decide, I ring them up and they're like, oh yeah, we'll have it in 15 minutes. And I have it an hour ago. Anyway, I get the inhaler, I take one puff, and I am back to my power.
Back to full
And
power.
then some time later passes, I'm working away, and then I get surprise attacked by another coworker who has ice cream, because it's warm. It
Oh.
was warm. Then it got fucking warmer. Then at the end of the day, I'm waiting around an area, and I'm doing like some general cleaning and stuff. I get like this weird popcorny smell. Like, there's a weird smell around here. I only smell it a little bit, so I'm like, okay, that's a strange smell. Then at the end of the night, I go to switch off. So there's a little heater that heats up this thing to heats basically bottles that we wash.
Okay.
We go to switch it off. I go to switch it off. I can't press it. The switch is really hot, and it's just not letting me switch it off. Then my coworker tries it, and they're like, "Huh, no work." And then she also was like, hey, there's a smell in here. And I'm like, yeah, I smelled it all evening. She pulled out the plug and it's like, yeah, the socket's on fire. Or, well, not on fire, but it was singeing.
Nice.
So, if we had left it any further, the whole place would have gone up in smoke.
Damn.
So you prevented a fire.
That's pretty heroic.
Yes,
compared
there's
to
a
me
little bit
breaking
more to this story.
Where was the death involved?
Oh, because I nearly died, Hoover.
Well, I wouldn't call
that was a bit of
story
false advertising.
death, fire, and yeah, there actually hasn't been fire either, huh?
What's up?
Oh yeah.
You've misled us twice, Turtle Guy.
Well,
This isn't a great
there was
name for the
ice cream,
story.
though.
Yeah,
Well,
there
now, hold
was ice
on.
cream, thank
We
God.
went back into work the next day. There was a bit of a social event on at work, and then everyone was like, "Oh, who caused the fire last night?" What?
Who caused the fire
Yeah,
last
there
night?
was a
What?
fire. The plug was pulled out and it was all burnt. It wasn't a fire. If we'd left it in, we would have caused the fire. So the whole night, everyone was like, basically was like, "Oh, you nearly burnt the place." No, we didn't. Us plugging it out prevented the fire. You should be thanking us.
You either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. What can I say? You're gonna go down in history as the worst employee of the month.
Which is true. Like, if we'd left it plugged in and it burnt, we'd be in so much trouble. And for us plugging it out, they're like, "Oh, you caused the fire."
Yeah, well, at least it doesn't sound like they're trying to actually say it. It sounds like they're joking, which
I think
hopefully
it
is
just,
good.
yeah, but I have so
Hopefully.
many.
You would
examples,
hope. You
but
would
my
hope they were
small talk is
joking.
going on for too long. Our work
Um,
is the master of dragging out jokes.
Yes.
Hoover, your topic.
Well, it's been 15
yeah,
minutes.
so
That's the
I was
second
going to
time
be
Turtle
honest.
Guy's tried to...
I was really, really waiting for like a chance to segue into the topic. I was really waiting on like someone to hit like the right words. No one did.
Well, Hoover,
fine,
how
yeah,
was your
that's
day?
Very
man.
bad at hitting all the correct words that I needed. So 0 points on both of that for both of you. But
What, doing
with
points?
that,
Wait, what?
let's segue into our topic, which is let's just say this topic is pulling off the perfect heist.
Oh.
Oh,
Pulling
Oh
off
no.
the
okay.
perfect crime, or what we think is the perfect
Crime.
heist. So, yeah, I'm gonna let that sit on your
I
tongues a bit.
I
Anyone got any
tell you,
ideas?
I have one, and it once
Okay,
again
Toby, go
relates
for it.
back to a previous job. So one day, this was a while back, we needed props for a play. I was in a work experience, and it was a relatively quiet day, so I had to pull off the perfect heist.
Wow, you've got multiple perfect heists. I feel like this is a
Oh.
prime opportunity to retell possibly your most famous heist amongst the group. But carry on.
Well, now hold on. You've imploded a bunch of stories into my damn head. So okay, I'll really quickly summarize this one. Is I just took one thing, and then apart like later in life, I found out that people took them all the time. It was almost complimentary to take them. But you've now made me think of a whole bunch of other stories. I know the one you want me to tell.
Oh yeah. I want you to
Shout
dramatize
out
it.
to Dave Kivo because he always enjoys this story. So a couple years ago, this would have been 5 or 6 years ago. Myself and my brother, we went into our local shop, it was a supermarket, what have you. And as always, my rounds, if you will, I checked the toy aisle, I checked the DVD aisle.
Yes,
We're
yes.
looking at the toy aisle, seeing the products I like, seeing the products I dislike. While I was standing there looking at the Legos as I do, surveying the whole thing, I hear a buzzing, like a zzz, and it's a weird buzzing. It's unnatural. So I go more and more to the source of the buzzing, and I remember it so well because I've had to defend myself so many times. So it was on a shelf. There was a bunch of Cokes. I believe it was buy two for three. It was either 2 for 3 or 2 for 3 or what have you. On the shelf behind the Cokes, we saw the source of what was causing the vibrating. It was a hex bug. If you don't know, hex bug
Hexbug.
is a yeah.
What's that coming?
Wait, hold on. Whoover, do you not know this story?
No, he just
No, I
quoted the
don't.
song. Oh wait, he doesn't know the story? Oh, interesting.
I haven't heard the
Whoover, have
story.
you never heard the story of me and the hex bug?
Uh, clearly not. I'm not very familiar with this
With
Hexbug of
Turtle
yours.
criminal exploits. Criminal as a joke.
It
Don't worry.
happened one time. There is probably other stories, but I genuinely can't. Well, there's another one, but anyway, this isn't the perfect crime, and no doubt we'll mention it again on the damn podcast because David will be like, criminal. Anyway, so I picked up what was vibrating. It took me a while to identify it as a hex bug,
It
but I can
was
tell you,
a DI. No.
this is the moment where Hoover's like, well, it wasn't the perfect heist, but one day I went into the local supermarket and I lost my hex bug.
This is like a
It
random
was the
side
perfect
part of it.
loss.
But anyway, so it was like a sand blue hex bug, and a section of it was glow in the dark, of which I only
Yes.
later learned.
You
So
later
basically,
found out when you had it in the dark.
because I saw it vibrating, I picked it up, I stopped it vibrating, looked around, noticed it was just kind of lying there, and I took it.
You
Now, I
pocketed
would
it.
like to confirm, for the record, there was no hex bugs on sale in that. That was not from the shop. I did not steal it from the shop. I may have stolen other things from shops, but the
Well,
hex
then-
bug is the one thing that I never stole. And I will take
Turtle
no
guy.
further questions.
Turtle guy, I can't help but notice that your story didn't end with a heist because you claimed that you actually did not steal, so there was no heist to actually happen. So
Hoover,
there was no heist. Yeah, no heist.
you said the perfect crime.
Yeah, the perfect crime slash the perfect heist, and you stole something that wasn't for sale in this said shop. In fact, it's like saying you found a penny on the ground and you took it, and then you called that the perfect heist.
I mean,
Oh,
You
listen,
see
Hoover,
what I'm getting
first of
at? You
all,
see
I
what I'm
want to
getting at?
thank you,
Cyber,
virtual
do you
hug,
agree with me?
because
Yes.
you're
I
the
think
one
I do,
person
yeah.
that didn't want to publicly execute me for taking a hex bug that was just lying on the ground innocently.
Yes, yes. The government would have found you guilty of finding a hex bug on the floor in a
See,
shop, not for
exactly.
sale.
Now, there have
The
been cases,
perfect heist, they would have called it.
um,
Do you hear the sarcasm in my voice?
there have been cases,
Now,
I don't
now,
want to go too into detail,
turtle
but,
guy.
well, no, hold on. I want to tell two stories, and then,
wow, okay. I
the
mean,
minifigures, the
I'm
mini stories. One
I
time I
might cut.
bought,
Okay, you can tell one mini story, and then I will tell you what the perfect heist is.
okay, well, I guess
well,
Cyber's
fuck
not
Cyber.
talking.
Well, also fuck you. But okay.
Cyber, you
So
can tell your heist
one time
before I tell my heist.
one time I was given a gift. This is the origin story. One time I was given a gift. It was a Lego encyclopedia book, and it always comes with an exclusive minifigure. And the minifigure, it was like a Batman, and it was exclusive. And I get the book, and it's a good book.
It's a good
The
book, yeah.
minifigure is gone.
Oh
The
no.
minifigure isn't in there. Someone took it.
Oh,
Okay.
I was enraged.
how could they?
So there was two options. Either go back to the bookstore, say that it's, missing the thing, or vigilante justice. Go to the bookstore and reclaim what was stolen from me. And technically, they couldn't stop me because I technically bought the product. So I may have got a book, a similar book, and pulled a little swapsy.
Oh,
Yeah, and again, not a crime. I have to apologize. It was just a swapping around without the telling the place. I didn't swap the books, obviously, because that would have been a bit like, howdy, and just me walking with a big book up my shirt. How you doing? Yeah, I've done that. I will also admit, when I was younger, I was the kind of person that, the way you'd see a magazine and they'd have like
And
a
you'd
full
want it.
toy?
Yeah. I know.
The tape was not strong enough. Anytime they do it with a bag, I'd be like, ah.
The tape was no match for me.
There
And
you
my
go.
strength.
There's Turtle Guy's mini heist.
Okay, turtle guy. I'm going to award you 0 points
Why
for
are
that
we-
first story
Wait,
because
what?
there was no.
Oh,
There
no
was.
one's getting
Why
points,
are we
Cyber,
doing
so why wouldn't-
points?
I'm running. This is
I mean,
I'm
he is the
hosting.
host. It
And
is his episode.
this is how I'm gonna roll. This is how it's gonna run. So, Turtle Guy, 0 points for that first story because there was no
Good
crime.
job hosting. 3
You
points.
picked up a penny,
What? No, there's no points.
and then you get 1 point each for those mini stories. So 2 points.
Yay, 2 points.
Cyber, would you like to describe to us your perfect heist / perfect crime?
Right. Okay. Well, I have a couple ideas. Are you guys aware of the overalls and ladder phenomenon?
Overalls and ladder.
What overalls on a ladder?
Phenomenon.
What
What exactly are you getting at here? What phenomenon are you getting at here?
Basically, there is a trend in many parts of the world. Whereas if you walk in wearing a high-vis jacket or wearing overalls and having an air of confidence that you know where you're going while holding a ladder, no one will stop you. Because they will assume that you are there to fix a certain scenario, or something has gone desperately wrong, that they've called you for their services. And if you can walk in
Called
and
you
say,
for your services with the ladder.
exactly.
You
And
have
what
no
I am
toolbox, you
suggesting-
just have a ladder.
Yeah, no, that's what you need. You're that good. You repair things with your bare hands. So you're gonna walk in
Or
with
the
your
ladder.
Yeah, sometimes you just pick it up
You
and
just
whack
whack
it with
a
it.
nail with a ladder.
Exactly.
Dum, 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 dum.
Exactly. But basically, you're gonna walk in with your ladder. You're gonna strut on in, and you're gonna say, "Hey, I'm here to grease the floors in the bank in the vault." And they're gonna be like, "Yeah, sure. That seems you're exuding an air of confidence. You're looking high. You're not looking down. I'm gonna bow my head and let you in." You're gonna walk in there, and then you're gonna be like, Yeah, this I think this case of gold here, I think it's weighing down the floor too much. I'm gonna move it over here into my van for the time being. I'll put it back when I'm done. Yeah, okay, cool, yeah. And then you're gonna do that, and you're just gonna do that and rinse and repeat. And basically, just by walking in and being confident, people will practically give you money. And
Where are we
that's
walking into? What buildings are you walking into with your overalls and your ladder?
anything. It doesn't have to be a bank. You could start small. You could
Anything.
walk into
Okay, okay.
you could walk into any building and then just nab the first thing that
Color
you see that
overall.
Okay,
looks
so-
relatively expensive and then just leave and just keep
Just to
doing
make
that.
things
Wait,
clear.
hold on, wait,
Just to make things clear, your plan is to put on overalls, carry a ladder, walk into an expensive-looking building,
Doesn't have
assume
No,
there
I
is a
have a
case of
question.
gold on the floor. Just
Okay,
not
the
security.
case of gold
not-
is an example.
There's no
It doesn't
security
have
eye
to
on
be
it.
exclusively
Assume there's a
gold.
case of
Hold
gold
on.
on the floor, and tell them that you need to move the gold because there could be too much pressure on the floor. This is sounding very circumstantial, Cyber.
That was all
I have a
examples.
question
This
for
is like
you.
a one in a bajillion chance it's gonna work.
But there is a
So-
chance.
I actually have a question
So
for
you're
both.
telling me there's a chance.
I have a question for both of you.
Go for it.
Have either of you seen the film
Catch me if you can. With Leonardo da Vinci, not Leonardo da Vinci, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
Wrong Leonardo.
I
It
don't
has
know.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. I know the premise of it, and I don't know how it ends. I think I know how it ends, but I'm not exactly
I
sure.
don't actually
Never
think
seen
I've
it.
I won't say how it ends, but I know the film is actually somewhat what Cyber described. So it's about a
Okay,
guy
really?
played by DiCaprio of
Made by Da Vinci.
yes.
Time traveled from the past using the ladder.
However, you can fill me in if I'm missing things, but he dresses up as a pilot, extrudes confidence, and gets onto a plane for I don't know. No, maybe it's
He
not gets on-
essentially he
yeah,
pretends
fake
to be a
checks.
pilot because pilots were meant to be very rich at that time, and he cashes in fake checks. Is pretty much what he does.
Yeah, because he's dressed up like a pilot.
He's
people is
basically
like,
a con
"Oh,
artist,
you're-
like
yeah,
to the
he's a-
extreme.
Because I think he'd forge checks, bring them in, and like, hey, give me money, and they'd be like, no, because you look poor in your shirts and jeans. So he
So when
dresses
he's-
as a pilot.
Yeah.
And they're like, ah, yeah, and then they give him the money because he's a pilot. That's somewhat kind of like. Oh no, that's an actual crime. Cyber's
that's-
just like, yeah, I'm a man in overalls.
Yeah, but like it's just a thing. It's just you just need to exude confidence. Or better yet, here's another way.
Oh, Leonardo da
train-
Vinci exuded confidence.
Train for
Train a
many
monkey.
years of your life, okay? Here's my next theory.
In many years of your life, okay.
Trains for
On
many
a
years of
train.
your life and
On a
become
train.
an astronaut at NASA, okay?
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
during your training,
To the moon?
you have access to lots of expensive equipment, but that's not what you're going to steal. You're going to keep training until you get to go on this first shuttle to Mars, okay?
He didn't
Okay.
steal the damn
Okay.
shuttle.
And you're going to fly to Mars and make sure you're the first one out
It's
of the
launching in
ship.
5,
And-
4. Shit, where's the rocket?
No, you're gonna either you're gonna give everyone like diarrhea before they get in the ship except you by poisoning their food.
Oh yeah, they really
Oh,
left it,
or-
Mark.
So you're gonna give everyone diarrhea and then hope they just send you and you up alone.
No, but that's the beauty. You become best friends with a hacker of some kind who also happens to have a ladder, just in case.
And overalls.
And he's,
And
yeah, and
overalls.
overalls. And he's gonna hide near the runway on his van. And
On the runway?
Oh,
exactly. He
no.
needs good connection, and he's gonna have to
So the hack the rocket.
hack into the rocket so you can fly to Mars. You make sure you're the first person there. You sit down, you squat.
You
and
make sure
it's
you're the first
yours.
person on Mars.
Yep, it's yours. You say
I
this
hate
is
to
mine
break
now.
it to you, but you would be the first person to Mars.
No.
Your plan is
Wait.
only flawed
The
by
first
the fact
person
that
to
many other
Mars.
people have been to Mars. Have people not been to Mars yet?
To
Am I making
Mars?
shit up here?
Yes.
To the moon.
Yes,
I
Hubert.
remember-
Is The
I
Martian
know.
not based on historical fact?
No.
That story was quite painful. I say that for
What?
one reason, because it reminds me of another story, and it works quite well. And I'm gonna hate that I'm the one bringing this up. You can cut this out if you want to, but On
Oh,
another
that's never a
thing we
good sign for a
discussed,
story.
I'll let you explain it, but do you remember the Circle of Thieves?
Oh my
Circle of
god! How did I
Thieves.
not think of this? I thought you were going to bring up the moon rovers. Holy shit!
No,
Thank you for reigniting that. Oh my god!
The Circle of Thieves.
Hoover.
Please explain for a Hoover bot out of the know.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me, Turtle Guy. So, the
Wait a
Hoover
second.
of
This isn't going to
Thieves
be some.
is possibly
what is it?
the most perfect concept ever known to man. They've got various subsections dedicated for various types of thievery and crime,
I can't wait
but
for
this
Hoover to rip this apart.
oh, but he won't. Basically, the Circle of Thieves is a group of thieves. Let's say you get robbed, okay? You get robbed. You want your stuff back.
Okay.
So you hire this the Circle of Thieves to go get your stuff
You
back.
hired the Circle of
You
Thieves.
hire
Yeah,
a
okay.
group of separate thieves to go and thief your previously thieved goods back and give them back to you. Now, in case that there is one bad apple in the bunch, we decide to steal
one bad thief in the Circle of Thieves.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. In case that happens and they decide, oh, you know what, I'm after stealing all of their priceless Aztec gold, I am going to actually keep this for myself. But that's where the secondary Circle of Thieves comes in, which is a separate
So there's
circle.
two circles of thieves.
Yes, exactly. There's two circles of thieves. If one thief goes
Can the
rogue,
second circle of
then...
thieves be hired?
Yes, no, not necessarily directly. They can. They kind of interswitch. But basically, they will hunt down any thieves that go rogue, and when they get the gold, if and just on the off chance, and it's very rare that they go like, "Hey, I just thieved I just thieved from the thief that thieved from the original thief of the thieved goods." You know what? I'm going to keep this thieved goods for myself. That's where the third circle of thieves comes in, which are a bunch of thieves that are set up there to stop any thief that thieves from the thief of the original thief of the thieved goods of the person. And they are there to make sure that no matter what, your gold and Aztec items get back to you. The Circle of Thieves is a perfect concept. Every thief is basically, in a weird way, a battle royale of thieves for who actually gets paid legitimately to give the things back to you. Because the only way they're going to make a profit without being hunted by their own people is by giving the gold or whatever it is back to the person who was hiring in the first place.
Well, not if it's the second circle of thieves.
Yes.
If the first circle of thieves, you can only hire the first circle of thieves.
No, they
so
swap
if they
around.
go rogue.
No, but that's the beauty.
Rogue,
that's the beauty. You hire.
You're not going to pay them twice.
Listen.
They already took the money.
You hire
they
the
took
original
the money
place.
And your stuff.
You pay afterwards. You pay upon delivery of your goods. And the beauty is, you hire the original circle, but you can pay any thief that comes back with your goods. Hence, there's a friendly competition. So if one of the second circle decides to break in and steal from the original thief, you can bring back.
What if a thief kills another thief?
They get excommunicated and hunted down.
Well, then they thief their life.
No, murder is not permitted. Murder is not permitted amongst the Circle of Thieves.
Okay, Cyber. I'm gonna award you some points now.
Mafia or some malicious steal your item.
Then you just thief them of everything they have.
Okay.
They wake up in the morning, their car's gone. They go to open their door, the door's gone. There's only the hinges. They go to make some breakfast, their entire counter's gone.
I thought
everything is
stolen. The gun's gone.
Yeah, exactly. They just have the magazine.
Gone. There's just a wall. They have to break out.
Exactly.
Anyway. Your points, Cyber. Your points.
What?
You get a point for your overalls and ladder story. That's a good one.
Thank you.
However, your
of
Circle of Thieves
that
for the
wear
excessive
overalls.
mentioning of the word thief, I'm gonna dock you 3 points. So you're at -2 at the moment.
1 point for each time you mentioned thief and circle.
But what you didn't realize, Hoover, is that you just stole points from me. So therefore, I am going to hire the specific branch of points thieves that are going to hunt you down and take those points and give them back to me. And there's
no value with these points.
I win. There's nothing. There's no situation in which the Circle of Thieves prove useless. The circle of thieves will always
Yes, when they
prevail.
face off against the square
The
of
circle of
thieves.
thieves
No,
is
no, 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 no.
right
That
now.
is one thing. There are no other versions of this. There's no square, no rhombus, no triangle, no fucking infinite side,
Rhombus?
motherfucker.
Why
it's just
is the second
What about
shape
the
that comes to your
oval of
mind a
thieves?
rhombus?
because
It should be circle, square, triangle, always. Rhombus should never be in your first three mention of
it's a
these shapes.
rhombus. It's a rhombus.
Yeah,
It's-
rhombus.
Please explain to me what a rhombus is.
A rhombus
It's
is
a
a
square,
shape
but it's pushed
that
out
has
of
like
shape.
no, yeah, well, yeah, actually, he's not wrong. It's like two parallel
has-
sides,
it
but they're
has
not
the si-
necessarily
yeah,
going like a square.
Yes, it's a four-sided shape.
Yeah. Oh, you
In other
should've just said
words-
that,
In other words, it's BS. No.
yeah. No.
Oh
okay.
god.
Anyway.
My perfect crime. Steal all the squares and just plaster rhombuses in everywhere.
Anyway.
Copyright the square.
Yeah, but that's not going to work, you though, because by
Total
that
guy.
process you're going to get
Square from
you're going to be
existence.
stealing. You're going to be stealing every
Right,
single square in
Can I get some
existence.
points for bringing up the Circle of Thieves?
No, because I will hire
no,
the Circle of
because-
Thieves to steal them.
Don't push me, Turtle Guy. You led on to that excessive mentioning of the word thief, so...
Also, you've been
You're
trying to
lucky
steal
you
the
haven't
spotlight
docked
of
them
this.
points.
You've been trying to steal Hoover of hosting. You led into
Yeah,
the topic.
anyway.
You led into the intro. I think
The
I think
perfect
Turtle Guy
crime.
is trying
Oh
to
my
do the
god,
perfect
Turtle Guy is
crime.
doing the perfect heist on my hosting.
As we
he's
speak.
He's trying to take my hosting.
So Hoover, how
Um,
would
Oh
that
shit,
find
Hoover,
out?
No,
you're in
Turtle
a
Guy,
pretty
No.
you're in a pretty
No, Turtle
shitty
Guy.
situation.
It's time... It's
Hoover.
time to win over this topic,
Hoover.
and I'm going to...
Hoover.
What? Cyber, I am trying to host here.
Hoover.
You keep interrupting.
Hey,
Go
Hoover.
on.
It seems like you're in a pretty shitty situation. Now, I've got a service that maybe have some intrigue. May I interest you in hiring a member
Okay,
of
butting
the
Cyber
Circle
out of this.
Thieves?
It's time to explain the perfect heist. Now
I'll
I'm
take
going
that
to
as a
do
yes. I'll put you down for
trip
2
down.
orders.
Cyber, you are very lucky that I'm not kicking you off right this moment. Anyway, the perfect heist. I'm going to do a trip down memory lane for you here, okay? We're
Oh.
going to rewind time to when Hoover was just a 7-year-old little Henry Bot.
Oh.
Okay,
I thought you were
so
gonna blame Cyber
the
for
time
stealing
the time
What?
of year is Christmas. And what was I stealing? None other than Santa's confidentiality.
something. What the fuck?
Wait,
Did you talk Santa?
how?
So
What?
so we were all young. We all knew Santa was real. And he is real. And we were all looking for that proof. We were all yearning for that proof. So what was always go-to plan? We stay awake. We keep our eyes wide open until he walks into the living room, or if you had a stocking, he walks into your room and fills the stocking. You ended up to stay awake. Now that was part 1 of the plan. You have to stay awake the whole night. Part 2 of the plan is you have to fool Santa into thinking you're asleep. So what did I do? What did the little Hoover bot do? I stuffed my bed full of my teddy bears, so it looked like I was falling asleep. Yeah. So it looked like I was there in the bed. Now back then, I had a bunk bed, so there was a big bed, the bed up top, bed down below, and I slept in the bed up top. So I hid all my teddies under the blanket, and it looked like I was
you're
fast
already up
asleep.
high, so like, how would anyone notice?
Exactly. So I didn't have to. I didn't
Yeah,
have
the
to
benefit of
make
height.
it very well. In
Unless
fact, I
you're
think I
climbing
left
up the ladder to check.
my biggest teddy bear as the head, and it actually fooled a good few people. But anyway, I digress. Third part of the plan: I had to hide somewhere so I'd be able to see Santa. So
Chimney.
where did I choose? Well, no, I had a stocking in my bedroom, so I knew for sure Santa was going to come on down to my room and fill my stocking, because if you had a stocking, he filled it with sweets. That's just what happened. So I have this bunk bed, yeah. My bunk bed's up against the wall, but it's not exactly up against one corner of the wall. There's a bit of a gap. So that's my hiding spot. I decide to lay there. If I lay on my side up against the wall, I was perfectly hidden. And I also at the time had a little camera. and it was all ready to go. All ready to go. I had the perfect timing to find Santa Claus. I was gonna take the picture, prove he
Unfortunately
was
for
real.
young Hooverbot,
And then you
Santa
remember.
carries around a packet of blow darts with him in case
No,
he ever
you
spots a
see,
child.
you
You remembered
see,
it
the
was summer.
problem to my plan has been the problem to my entire life. I am constantly tired. So what happens? I fall asleep until like 12 or till like 11 in the morning. And so I wake up and I'm like, shit, I can't prove Santa's real because I fell asleep. And not only did I fall asleep, I also peed my pants.
Oh no!
Ooh.
So what happened? I set out trying to steal Santa's confidentiality, but what did I steal? Only my pride. And that's the perfect heist. There you go.
So hold
I mean, it
on.
failed, but you could have just
Did
hired
your
the.
parents
Fail, but I had a go-to plan. You know, I had it. I had it all
come in
figured
like,
out.
where is my child?
In the corner, peeing his pants.
I just
It's
looked at you and was like,
peeing
ah,
its pants. What?
bitch.
There was no flaw to my plan other than the fact that I needed to stay awake. Maybe I should have tried coffee, but it sucks.
You see, I know exactly how this plan would have been improved from the get-go. You made one fatal error.
Swear to God,
Improve my plan.
You tried to undertake this monumental task by yourself. Whereas you should have rang up your good old friendly neighborhood division of the Circle of Thieves. And they would have conscripted into.
Okay, so Turtle Guy, what's your
They
opinion
would have
on,
stayed up
on,
with you and poked you
no,
with sticks
Cyber, no,
until
no,
you
Cyber,
stay, so you would stay
no,
awake.
the Circle of
And
Thieves
they would have also
didn't exist then.
They did.
No one created
The
them
Circle
then.
of Thieves are a circle.
It-
They've existed for
Shut up,
eternity.
I'm
I'm
talking.
just taking ownership.
That sounds big balls for a robot.
You need to get a bear trap. And you need to put that in
Jesus
your fireplace. Because
Christ.
that's where Santa comes from.
That's not stealing his
Now,
identity, that's stealing his fucking legs.
Yeah, but Santa,
Turtle
you
Guy,
smell
if
it.
I
He
wanted
might
to
think
steal
this is
Christmas,
coming. He
I
might-
would have had a bet. I would have left the fire on.
No. Santa's prepared for that. He has ways of fire prevention. You need a so number one, you got bear trap. He's gonna come down and you're gonna be like, oh, a bear trap. You're not gonna land in the bear trap. What you need to do is electrify the floor.
Yes, just
No, come
have a
on,
shower.
water.
7-year-old
Get off.
Hooverbot is going to electrify the floor.
Yeah, it's easy. Just have a shower and let it all just mysteriously fucking flood the entire house.
Ah, yes, we're combining all parts of this
Exactly.
podcast into one.
It's a
I knew there
callback.
was a reason for this shower story.
What you do is you home alone your house, and there you go. You wake
We
up.
call it
and
Death Fire Ice Cream, but this time we actually include Death and Fire.
Just no ice cream.
You wanted death and fire.
But may I
Death
just
to
say,
Santa Claus.
this sounds like more of a home defense strategy, Turtle Guy, not a actual heist. It sounds like you're stopping a home invasion. It sounds like you're stopping a crime.
That's Santa, because he got the sock of presents, so you can take them too. And wherever he puts all those fucking oranges.
Yeah.
Orange.
Where does he have those oranges? Anyway, I have a question for you two. I have a question.
Interesting.
Now, this whole topic's been about the perfect heist, but I need to know what you consider a perfect heist. Do you consider getting away with the heist the perfect heist, or do you consider getting away with the heist and taunting whoever's chasing you about it is the perfect heist?
It depends. The perfect heist technically is the heist that you will never. Actually, I don't know if I agree with it. There's a big thing that's always said that the perfect heist is you'll never know what the perfect heist is because no one will ever realize that it happened, which I guess could be true, but that doesn't necessarily.
Well, sure, that's like Turtle Guy's taking the Hexpo story. I guess then he did have the perfect heist.
Yeah, it's a weird
No
situation.
one ever knew.
Because, I mean, yeah, you could
Here's a
steal
reference
something, but
that's
if
gonna
no
make
one knows, then
Cyber
no one
happy.
cares.
Here's a reference gonna make you happy, Cyber.
I think
It's,
the
from
perfect
Flash.
heist is take. Oh, sorry.
Make the
Go on,
plan.
go on.
Execute the plan. Expect the plan to go off the rails. Throw away the plan. There you go. Little boost of
I feel
serotonin.
the perfect heist would have to include taking something of immense popular
Person's
interests. Like something
Yeah.
like let's
the
just go
crown jewels
to
or
one
something.
of my go-to films here, Despicable Me. Like if
The
you
moon.
took the moon, but like replaced it with a replica. Let's just say like just a big inflatable balloon. You replaced the real moon with a big inflatable
Hoover, you've
balloon, and
actually
no one
inspired
knew.
me.
So
Let's
like
say,
I would consider that the perfect heist because no one would ever find out until NASA comes
Hoover, I
on,
think you
pops
got,
the moon, and then we blame NASA for destroying the moon.
Hoover, you got my brain juices flowing, so I think I know what to do now. So let's say, for instance, one of the people we know here has like a Lego set we really want. It's like a really prized possession or something.
I
So
happen
what
to
we
be in
do
a Lego
is
set.
I
I
feel
happen
in
to be in
danger.
possession of a Lego set at this moment that I
Same.
fear Cyber really wants, and I live in fear of one day going to my
So
bedroom
what we
and not
do
seeing
is
it there on its shelf.
Yeah,
we
I'll just
case
hire
out
the
the
Circle
joint
of
of
Thieves Lego
where it
division.
is. No,
Why the
no,
division for the Circle of Thieves? Shouldn't it be arcs since like you can split up a circle into arcs
Nope.
or sectors?
Nope.
Shouldn't it be? That would make if you were really
They're not drawing
tying
a
into the
circle, my
circle
dude.
lore.
No, it's
You're
not
both-
lore. It's just
You're
there's a
both
circle
idiots.
of thieves.
Cyber.
You hire
if
whatever
if you
division.
were really going
If
into
you're
the
going
circle
into the
lore,
army, you have
would
a
do the
water
sectors.
division. You have an
Because
air
when you
corps.
split a
Fuck.
circle up, you have sectors. So it would be circle sectors. It would be the Lego sector.
No,
You
that's
wouldn't
not
be
what it's
doing
called.
divisions.
No, because then they
'Cause
overlap.
divisions doesn't.
Sectors overlap. That's just not okay.
No,
Unless
they
they're
don't.
multiple
Sectors don't
like
overlap.
employability
In
rates.
what
would
world
not
do you see
bring up
sectors
Circle of
overlap?
Thieves.
There are different sectors.
Have you ever seen one of those two sector things with the two circle a Venn diagram? They're sectors. They
Oh my
overlap.
God.
They have a little
No,
thing in the
they're
middle.
not sectors. They're circles.
Yes,
if you
but
split
they
a
have
circle
sectors.
up, you get sectors.
Yes, but sectors can overlap if there's multiple layers on a circle.
No, cyber. There's one circle. There's
no,
one
no,
circle.
you're not listening
What's
to me.
going to
The
overlap
circle
with
of
each other?
thieves
What's
has outer
overlap?
circles, and
What's
each
the
outer
one
circle,
is gonna overlap.
You're gonna be fun doing
each
a
outer
podcast.
circle has lower divisions,
Cyber.
which
I
can be
want
employed.
this
Rant about
podcast
circles
episode
or
to be
anything.
about the perfect heist, and you introduce your freaking circle of
The
thieves.
circle of
which
thieves is the perfect heist.
No,
Yes.
it isn't. It's not the perfect heist. It's a
It
service.
can never be
A
traced
circle of
back
thieves
to
is
you.
a service. But
Let's-
it can be
okay,
traced
let's
back
say-
to the circle.
it doesn't-
Money
okay.
can be tracked, cyber. It can
No,
be tracked.
listen.
No,
Let's say you don't want to.
yes,
Let's
it's
say you don't want to steal money.
trackable.
Let's say you don't want to steal money. Let's say you want to steal. There's a bar of gold and it has no markings
Yes,
on it.
how do you
Whatever.
pay the circle of thieves?
You pay the
How do you
circle
pay the
of
circle of
thieves with
thieves?
favor. Okay, usually they'll give it to you, and then when you're not
do you
looking,
pay
they'll
the
steal
circle of
something
thieves,
else from your
Cyber?
house. But they do take cash as well,
Well,
and
why
sometimes
would you hire the circle of thieves if they were just going to steal from
because
you?
that bit's not
doesn't that mean they've
advertised,
already gone
Hoover.
rogue?
That no,
Well-
they don't steal. Stealing from the employer doesn't
But
matter.
that means they've already got rogue.
No, it
If
doesn't.
you've hired them to steal something back for you, and then they steal something from you regardless, what's
Yeah,
the
but they
what's the
do
win
it
here?
afterwards,
What's the
so
win?
they're not
They've
looking-
just taken your thing and your money.
They
so
do it
where?
afterwards.
Why would
The
I
win
hire
is
them?
that it all comes
Surely
back
the
to me,
reputation
Hoover.
of the circle of thieves would be down in the drain if everyone
like
finds
to
out that they've been
apologize.
robbed after they paid the circle of
Hoover,
thieves.
if you're hiring the Circle of Thieves, you're probably not in the best space anyway. So the Circle of
Yeah,
Thieves
but
is-
surely, let's just say Clifford hires the circle of thieves. Clifford loses his wedding ring, and then no one hears about that. Then Jeffrey hires the circle of thieves. Jeffrey loses his favorite dog, and then stories start going like, oh, but that Clifford guy lost his wedding ring after the circle of thieves, and that Jeffrey guy lost his dog after the circle of thieves. So maybe there's a connection there. Maybe there's a correlation with the things going missing with the thieves.
Yeah, wait,
It
hold
doesn't
on.
happen always, but if they're
I
hiring
have-
Rumors
thieves,
spreads,
I have a
Cyber.
genuine
if they're
question.
hiring
What if
thieves,
you
they
hire
should.
the circle of thieves to steal something that isn't yours in the first place?
That's the
Or
point.
what if it's not legally yours?
That's the beauty of the Circle of Thieves. It's clandestine. There's no paperwork you
What
gotta
do you
sign.
mean?
There's nothing.
Of
There's
course it's
no
the circle
paper
of thieves.
trail.
This would
Cyber,
be a loop.
Cyber,
One
give it
person
to me
will hire the
straight.
circle
How
of
do you
thieves
pay
to
the
steal
circle of
something.
thieves? How do you pay the circle of thieves?
I pay them. Here's the beauty. I give one of them the payment on a successful order, and then I just let
No,
the rest try and
Cyber,
steal it
Cyber.
from them.
The circle of
This is
thieves
a
doesn't
pyramid
exist.
scheme.
The circle of thieves doesn't exist.
a pyramid
How does
scheme.
one? How does one metaphorically pay them?
Oh yes, metaphorically, wink. The Circle of Thieves are paid by commission.
Whoover,
They get
he's set up
paid.
a pyramid.
They get paid whenever they complete a successful order.
What's their commission? How do you? No, I don't know. I don't want to know when they get paid.
Upon
How do
delivery.
you pay them? How do you pay them? I don't want to know if they get paid at Christmas.
With
I
cash,
don't want to know if they
you
get paid at summer.
They get paid in cash,
With
random
cash.
items, or most importantly, items that people previously hired them for but cancelled midway through the order.
Okay, so if you pay with cash, how do you get your cash? You take it out of your bank. The bank knows this is a
I don't
big
do it.
lump sum of money coming
No,
out of-
I don't do that. I just hire one
Okay,
of the Circle of
okay.
Thieves to steal some money for me, and
How
then I
do
use
you-
them to pay with it.
How do you pay them, Cyber? How do you pay the non-existent Circle of Thieves?
I hire
That
one of the
doesn't
Circle of
exist.
Thieves to rob some
Oh, for
money,
God's
and then
sake.
they bring the money to me, and
it
then I
wouldn't
pay.
work. You
No,
hire
I
some.
was
How do
getting
you
onto a
how do you
nice
pay
little
them to
topic.
hire? What do you pay them with to steal the money for you?
No, I say that they get a percentage of whatever they get.
So you essentially have them steal money from you, and you give them. What's to stop them from taking that money?
Because,
Oh,
Hoover,
yeah.
there is the second layer of the Circle of Thieves.
What if he pays the second layer? What you promised him?
There's the third circle, Hoover.
You're completely out of the equation.
No, there's many circles. It's like an unbeatable
Well, there's
system.
many banks to be robbed. I'm sure you could just pay them all.
Yeah, but here's the beauty. They'll get so swept up in stealing from each other, I don't even have to worry about paying them anymore.
No, but you wouldn't get what you want because they're all robbing from each other. So
Exactly.
how are they going to rob for you?
Because they're always going to accept more new jobs for more what they think is guaranteed
But
money.
you won't
They're
get
not getting paid.
But you won't get it because they're constantly being robbed from each
You're
other.
not gonna go and do a job. if you're
You'll
not
put
getting
in an
paid.
order for like your favorite Pop Funko, because I love Pop Funko. But you'll never be in possession of that Pop Funko because several Circle of Thieves will be robbing several other Circle of Thieves, and thus the Pop Funko will never actually enter your hands.
Yes, but that is not marketed in the
So in
marketing.
other words, the whole Circle of Thieves is useless because
No.
they don't get the thing to you.
No, they will eventually.
No, no.
Eventually,
And
it
when
might-
they do get the thing to you, you lose something else.
Hoover, there's no winning this.
but we never specify
suggest
the
moving
due
on.
date. So if it all it takes is one good Samaritan thief to go and actually
You
steal
could,
it. and
you
then give
could
it to them.
be you. So in other words, you're on. I want to paint a picture here. You're on your deathbed,
Yes.
and a Circle of Thieves member comes up and he's like, "Sir, it's the Pop Funko you ordered," and you're like, "Oh, thank you," and then he's like, "But you see, the Circle of Thieves, we have to steal something from you when we give you
They don't
something.
have to,
So
it's
I'm
only
taking your
optional."
life." He kills you.
Nope,
and
no,
then
no,
boom,
nope. If they
he takes
kill-
all your
nope,
possessions
nope.
because you're dead.
Nope. If you kill, you're banished from the Circle of Thieves. That is
Well,
like
I'm
one
pretty
holy
sure
rule.
at least he's not going to be hunted down by the other Circle of Thieves if he gets banished.
Oh,
He'll
we
have
will.
all
That's the
your
point.
worldly
No.
possessions.
Then we send in the headhunters, which are kind of like a outside circle,
Cyber,
so they're not
I
actually
swear
thieves.
to God, it
but
sounds
they're
like you're
there.
making stuff up as you go just to make
Oh
this
no,
work.
no!
Where
He
would you
thought
ever
this
get
out
that?
a while ago.
No, this has
Now,
been in
while it does
like
sound very
years.
made up, I would like to assure you it is not.
no.
I would like to assure everyone in this escape pod
You don't
that,
actually have to.
that the Circle of Thieves will never work.
Circle
all.
of Thieves already has. Hoover, where's your house, Hoover?
Oh no, I'm still living in it. You
Oh
idiot.
shit, they took you with it. But it's fine.
Stolen the episode.
No, okay, but the Circle of Thieves is a unbeatable
Okay.
concept.
Oh, no. It's.
It will
I just
always
beat it.
work.
I just proved that you will actually, if you hire.
All
the
you
Circle of
proved
Thieves,
is that a
you're
random
actually
guy
never
will get
gonna
murdered by an ex-member of the thing. That
All
has
I've
nothing to do
proved-
with it.
All I've proved is that if you hire this insane, unfunctional group of thieves, they will never get you your item because they'll constantly give in to greed and they'll constantly be stealing from each other and they'll constantly be having
That's
to
why
make
we
up for
hire
each other's
new
mistakes.
thieves.
Yeah, but then the new thieves just get robbed from the old thieves, and then they just join into the mix. So it actually never works.
Yeah, but
I've just proven it all.
eventually
And
we
with
tell the
that,
people that
we're
hired
ending
it
this,
what
we're
happened, and
ending
then
this
they'll be
podcast.
compelled to actually
This is
join
the
to
last
steal it back.
episode. This is the last episode. There's no circles. We're not ending with a circle. We're ending with bam. It's a straight line, and we just chopped it off at the end.
Because the rest of it was
Cyber,
stolen by the Circle of Thieves.
minus 25 points for you and your insane
Thank
Circle
you
of
for
Thieves
taking
idea.
some
You're at
points,
minus
Whoover.
27. Turtle guy, you're at
Circle
2
of
points
Thieves.
surprisingly.
Sorry about the
And
take the Lego out of the box. I steal the box, and then you blame it on Lego. But then
Turtle guy, you know what? I
Cyberpunk
award you
is
5 points for that little segment. You're at 7 points. Turtle guy, you win, but actually you don't win because I'm hosting, so I win.
So my victory.
What's my prize?
Well, hey, Turtle
What's
guy.
my prize? The prize
hey,
is
Turtle guy.
I get to live in this escape pod.
No,
Hey, Turtle guy.
What do you want?
Hey, Turtle guy. Seems that you just got
Shut up,
robbed.
Cyber. We're ending
I
this
can
episode.
offer you
No,
a service
no,
to combat this.
No!
It doesn't work.
No!
It doesn't work.
May I introduce you, my friend, to the Circle of Thieves?
That's it. I'm
You're
creating the Square of Thieves.
No,
and they're going,
no,
the
I banned you.
whole
I banned you.
sole
I
purpose-
banned you. That has nothing to
The
do.
whole sole
that is the one
is to take down the
Circle of Thieves was created in the first place.
The Square of Thieves
No one could
exists
copy.
to take
That is,
down
we have
the
copyrighted
Circle of
the
Thieves.
entire process.
You haven't.
Yes, we have. We have said
There's
this.
no
It
copyright.
was one of the
guess
first.
what?
Go
Guess
back to
what?
fucking
The Square
Tire
Thieves
Talks.
Took down the freaking copyright. They
Yeah,
stole
check
it.
out the Tire Talks,
Oh, you stole it?
episode
Then,
of the
therefore, the Circle of Thieves would steal the Square of Thieves.
No, because we already stole the Circle of Thieves. That's
No,
it.
you didn't.
There's no more
No,
Circle.
you didn't.
Yeah.
The circle has infinite sides. The square only has 4. Therefore, we win.
Have you ever heard of the 4-dimensional cube?
Maybe it's
Is there
a
such a thing as,
Mesmerizing. It's
is
gonna
there
take
such a
down
thing
your
as
circle.
a 4-dimensional circle or sphere?
No, because that's bullshit.
I
Oh,
suppose your
God.
idea, but the Circle of Thieves reigns supreme.
No.
We are
no,
taking
Cyber,
all
no.
and any calls.
You are
Oh
fighting.
shit! My phone number was just stolen by the member of the Circle of Thieves. But it's fine.
This is my hosting session.
Oh, I'm not.
session.
I'm not.
You
I'm
don't
not
get
cutting
to-
it off. I'm not ending. I'm just advertising. I'm just stealing some time while you try and find a way to end.
This is Whoover speaking for the Square Thieves here. Actually, we're rebranding. We're calling it Thieves Square. We're taking down the Circle of Thieves, and
Nope.
don't worry, we'll never steal shit from you because we only steal from the Circle of Thieves, and the next thing we're stealing is the Circle of Thieves
You're not
themselves.
a Circle of Thieves.
Nope.
You're
No,
not thieves. You're
we're
a
the Thieves
square of
Square.
people.
We're the Thieves Square, and
You're
we're
not
stealing the
thieves.
Circle
You're
of
not
Thieves.
stealing anything from people.
Fine, we're the Square of frickin' Justice, and we're taking down the Circle of Thieves.
Well, the Circle of Thieves has been on
Justice
the go
Square.
Circle of Thieves has been on the go for nearly 3 years. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Guess what? Justice Square has existed since the beginning of time, and you know what?
I'm
They're
using
still going
actual
with their
truth.
justice.
I'm using the Circle
Well,
of Thieves was
I'm-
said like 2 years ago when it was first came out.
Guess what, Cyber? I don't believe your truth, and so I'm making
Looks
up
like
truth.
someone never watched Tired Talks.
Nope, I didn't because I'm too tired
I would
to
like
listen
people
to
like the
thieves
Circle of Thieves.
at
Go
all.
check out the
It doesn't
origin
work.
on
It's a
Tired Talk.
debunked. I've debunked it. It can't work. I've just proven how it would not work. How it actually wouldn't be profitable for anyone to
I never
even
said
join
anything about
this.
profits.
Uh,
This is for people who just enjoy the thrill of the chase, really. But they do get paid.
Thrill of the
eventually.
chase. It's all, but they
Where-
don't. They don't because they never get it. They never
Yeah,
get
but
it back
that's-
to the
that
person.
gives them
Remove
something
the
to
power
chase
of
for.
speech in cybercrime.
That gives them something to chase.
I'm done.
I'm done.
This
too.
is my first time hosting, and it will be my last. Did I already establish the winner? Yes, I did. It was me. I've won.
We don't do winners
And-
here, but okay.
I don't think anyone
Well,
has won.
guess what, Cyber? This is my episode, and I'm hosting it the way I want to. You're at minus 100 points. Total guy, I think you're
Nice.
at 10. And me, I'm at a bajillion points. So that puts me in the
Oh,
lead.
well earned, Hoover. Well earned.
Well earned for my
No, you did
trauma of
great.
dealing with the Circle of Thieves,
You did
the non-existent
fantastic.
imaginary group created in a weird YouTube series that has a talking knight,
Oh
something
no, nope,
other
nope.
other
That's
people.
the Interruptiverse. Hoover looks like
Interruptiverse.
Hoover doesn't
Well,
understand the
it's
Cyberprime
all
channel.
blending together.
So
It's all blending together. I'm so done with this episode. Please get me out of this escape pod.
Oh, God.
Please.
I guess it's time for us to steal ourselves away from this episode.
I
Check
hate
on
you.
our socials.
Why? I was told before this that it wouldn't go the way I wanted it to. It really didn't. And I think the only one happy with themselves at this moment in time is Cyber.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And
Circle of Thieves.
that angers me. I don't mention them again. Not in my episodes.
Look,
Not in my
I am
episodes.
just gonna if
You
the
feel
opportunity
free.
ever comes up.
Feel free to torment David or
David
Turtle
won't
Guy
care.
with
Turtle Guy is emotionally numb to the Circle of
Well,
Thieves.
you bring it up in my episodes again. That's it.
Dear
Well, I guess we'll
God.
have to wait and see.
Be sure to
They'll come back as
add
they
this
need.
podcast and stuff.
next time I'm hosting not Hoover, Cyber is starting at a minus 10 points while the rest are starting with 0. And that may change if he decides not to bring up the Circle of Thieves, but the more he brings up Circle of Thieves, the more points it goes down. So that's all, folks. I didn't mean to copyright. I didn't mean to quote Looney Tunes there, but that's it.
You're still with
We're
us.
done.
10
There's
points
no
to you.
circle. It's just a line. We
There's
just
always
went.
a
It's like
circle.
the red line on the YouTube video. This is the end.
Hey,
It's
do you know
not going
do you
around
know
the
what's
circle.
do you know
It's
what's
going
on
to
the
a
end of that
finite
red
point.
line?
No,
You know what continues across the screen? A circle.
No. I hate you.
The Circle of
That
Thieves
is the
always
laugh
win.
of the-
I guess because Hoover has yet to do it, you can find us all at our respective channels. Turtle Guy at his.
I wasn't told I had to
YouTube
do this.
I did.
Sorry,
I
no,
know,
that was my fault.
Sorry. Oh, well, I
Socials.
wasn't told how to host right, so I guess this is my job now. You can find Turtle Guy at his channel. David has a channel as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Someone give me the name of David's channel.
David.
David has a channel. It's called David. And in fact, I beg you not to subscribe to Cyberprime because he will bring up Circle of Thieves. And if he does, you will beg for it to end. So steer clear of the Cyberprime channel.
Look, the one thing I want to say to end off this episode is that the Circle of Thieves are coming for you, but also to thank you for Turtle Guy for actually reminding me and to bring back these characters into the limelight. Turtle Guy will get a discount on his next hiring of the Circle of Thieves, especially the aquatic.
Turtle Guy, I
division.
recommend you not to hire them because you'll actually lose. You'll lose something. You may not know what. You could lose.
Yeah, it might not
you
last
could
for a
lose
couple of
your
years.
future. You could lose your future partner. You could lose your future son/daughter.
I didn't know he would go into this. Like, I genuinely thought he'd just mention it and he would move
I've totally
on.
forgot, Turtle Guy. I totally forgot. You're the one that started this whole thing by mentioning the Circle
No,
of
I
Thieves.
didn't.
So I'm
It would've
putting you
happened
down
anyway.
to minus 99 points.
Still
I've
winning.
won. That's it. That's the end. This is the third time I'm saying this is the end of the episode. That's all, folks. Get me out of here.
I promise it'll be better next time.
No, because I booked the Circle of Thieves for the next
Oh,
episode.